On November the 13th of this year, at almost midnight, residents on Blanchard Road called 911 to report that someone had just wrecked and hit a tree. The complainant stated they didn't find anyone near the vehicle. That's the people that called 911. Responding fire department personnel discovered a stolen car, burning on the side of Blanchard Road a short distance away. After putting the fire out, the body of Lamar Douglas Jones was found in the back seat of the stolen car and was apparently the victim of a homicide. The investigators determined that both vehicles were involved in this accident. After several interviews, investigators were able to identify Jamarius D'Angelo Rogers is the man who killed Mr. Jones. And this is the guy that we arrested for his murder. Currently, he's detained in the Spartanburg County Detention Center with no bond. The no bond is very, very important. SLED helped us in this case, and the investigators did a very good job of not letting it get cold. They kept pushing and asking a bunch of people questions, and they were able to come up with this. Mr. Rogers was charged with murder, possession of a weapon during a violent crime, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Now, why did I make sure to tell you that this gentleman is in jail with no bond? Because we feel like there are some other victims out here that this gentleman right here, is responsible for killing. Now is your time to come and speak while he is not in the equation. I had a good conversation with Mr. Jones's sweet mother and girlfriend before we came in here, and we talked about forgiveness. And I want you to know that Mrs. Jones is stronger than most everybody in this room. She's already said she forgive this young man, but we're not going to forget. Forgiveness is forgiveness. Forgetting is forgetting. We forgive people because that's what Christ tells us to do. It's hard. It's hard when you take someone undeservingly away from a family in this manner. It's hard. But to forgive them is the right thing to do, because hate is a cancer. And it's a cancer that you can't cure except by one way. So what I'm asking you is, now's your time, because this young man is not a threat to you anymore. Come and tell us what we need to know about these other two murders that we're pretty sure that he's involved with. Now's the time for you to step up and help this family and these other two families that have no answers. I want you to just sit for a second and think for 1 minute, what would it be like if somebody took someone you love, your child, your child, they took them away from you and nobody wants to talk. I get fear is a strong thing, I get it. But you have nothing to fear now. You have an opportunity to do the right thing. You don't have to do it for me. You don't have to do it for any other person. Do it for the victims. The victims deserve for you to speak and tell the truth. Now, I don't want anybody to think that we're after this Mr. Rogers. We're not. We already have him. We're not trying to solve a bunch of cases on his account. Only the ones that he's involved in. That's it. If there's one more, two more, 20 more, don't matter. We need to find justice for these families. And I'm asking for you to pray really hard. What would it be like if somebody took your daughter, your son, your mother, your father, your cousin, your best friend, whatever, and nobody wants to talk because they're afraid? Well, now's the time you don't have to be afraid. I give you my word, and this is on a recording. You can go back and play it back anytime. This man here's not going to hurt you anymore, and neither is his cronies either. I need y'all to help. You can, if you have information, you can dial the Crime Stoppers numbers, 58 Crime. You can dial the investigator's number. I'm actually going to give you the investigator's number, Investigator Kevin Kyle's phone number, so that you can directly call him. It's 864, his office number is 864-503-4607, 503-4607. Nobody answers, please leave a voicemail, or just leave your name and a number. You don't have to tell anything on that recording so nobody can hear. I'm asking you, just as a human being, to please call. Let us know what we need to know. I know of 2 more victims. We're pretty sure of 2 more victims. This is just not okay. We're not in Chicago or Detroit. We're in Spartanburg. If this is the kind of community you want, I ask that you move somewhere else, because we want peace and justice in our community. That's what we desire. That's what we'll have with your help. I don't know this Mr. Rogers. I don't know what his situation is. I pray that he finds him some Jesus, because he's going to need it too. I ask you to pray for the family. So I will try to answer questions. Now, you need to all know that this is an ongoing investigation. There's some things I will tell you and some things I just can't. But I'm appealing to the public. I need you to help me. I need you not to just help me, but help the mom of these other 2 men that I'm pretty sure that he's involved with. Now's your time. He's not a factor for you. I personally got him on lockdown. He's not going to make no phone calls. He's not going to make any other phone calls that he's not allowed to make. Okay, I've got him monitored. I got him in jail. He's in there with no bond. No bond. So please help me. So I'll try.
Sheriff, can you speak to the severity of this crime as well as the other crimes you believe this man was involved in, and what his arrest means if he is in fact involved in the death and killing of 3 people transformed victims?
Well, it's a big deal anytime you lose a family member. It's tragic when you lose one to a vehicle accident, much less at the hands of another. When you lose and I'm telling you, just because we've made an arrest and just because we got this guy in jail and there's going to be a court hearing and he's going to get convicted, doesn't bring anything back to that mother sitting over here. She's got memories now. She doesn't have a young man that she can hug on and love on, and Christmas and Thanksgiving and birthdays and New Year's and all the barbecues and the family get-togethers and the church functions are different now. Different. And please don't anybody ever say, hey, you'll get over this, because you will not get over that. You'll learn to live with it, and you'll learn to put it in its proper perspective, but you will not get over it. It's a big deal for people to find justice. It helps a little. Doesn't bring the family back. It doesn't fill that void that has been tragically taken, but it helps the community realize that, it sends a message too. We're not going to tolerate this. Somebody's going to tell on you. That's what we want. I'm not asking you to be a snitch. Not asking that. Not asking you to call and go, well, so-and-so run a red light. I'm not asking for that. We're talking about human beings. We're talking about people. We're talking about children of God that somebody has taken. And we are going to find out who did this. We'd love to have you help to do it quicker, but we're going to find it. So please help us. Yes?
Does Mr. Rogers have a criminal background?
Yeah, he's a convicted felon. I can tell you that part, and he wasn't supposed to have a weapon, but I don't know the extent of it, and we can probably get that to you.
And can you also speak to, in whatever way you may be able to, the potential relationship, if any, between suspects and Mr. Jones, and maybe the relationship between him and these other believed to be victims of his?
I think they were just friends. I think they just went around and, listened to music together and did what young people do together. I think that's what was going on there. I don't, certainly don't think it was a gang or anything like that. I think it was just friends, and it just got crazy.
Have you spoken with the family of the other 2 victims that you think he might have been involved with?
One of them I have, and I just said pray. I didn't tell them any details. Don't have any details to give them yet, but hopefully by the end of this, by the end of the day, when y'all put the good message out that you're going to put out, that we will be able to change that. That's my prayer for them. So,
Sheriff, can you discuss a little bit more about the vehicle accidents when the body was discovered, and sort of how that, there were 2 cars involved in that?
there were 2 vehicles involved. It woke the neighbors up. This is about all I'm going to tell you, is it woke the neighbors up because somebody rammed into a tree. and that's loud, especially when it's at midnight. They go out to see what's going on. They see a wrecked car. They go down and do the right thing. Instead of going back to bed, they did the right thing. They went down to see if they could help anybody. No one was in this vehicle. And then a short time later, while the fire department was called, they found another vehicle that was wrecked. And
So we think those vehicles were in conjunction with each other?
they absolutely were. We know that for a fact. I can prove that with some evidence.
And do you believe the suspect got out of his car and ran from the scene?
I don't know the details on that just yet, but I think that I know that he was in one of the vehicles, because we got evidence to link them both to those cars.
You mentioned he is a felon that has a prior criminal history, wasn't supposed to be owning a weapon. Did he have any weapon on him? Do you know at the time of the incident?
Yeah, we're 100% sure that he's the one that shot the gentleman, Mr. Jones. I don't want to get into too many details. I have family in the room here, and they've been through enough. Okay?
Do you have a message for this suspect and any other people out there who may be like him and involved in similar incidents?
Yeah, I pray that you find Jesus Christ. He makes all things new. He just does. I can forgive you too, but I'm not going to forget what happened, because that's not, justice has to be served. It just has to be served. We're not hating on anybody. We're not people who hate. We hate what people do, but we don't hate people. So the message to you is you can change and you can find a new way. You certainly can. You're not too far gone. You're not.
Can you share the date and maybe the location of the other two homicide investigations?
No, ma'am, I'll give it away. So I really think I've answered a lot of questions, and I have some family in the room that I still want to spend some time with, and I'll let them ask questions and express their frustrations with this too. But I want to appeal to you one more time. You're talking about somebody's brother, somebody's father, somebody's son, somebody's daughter, cousin, whatever it is to you, but their loved one. Nobody didn't hit a dog. This was a human being. And Christ made us all in his like image. And you killed a child of God. And you deserve justice, and that's what you're going to get. Not angry justice, just justice. Thank you.